All right, let's open this joint here. I'm trying to set this up. Let's see, view all. Why won't it let me see where I'm? View channel. There we go. All right, cool. I'm gonna use the iPad to. Oh, turn my headset down. There we go. I'm gonna use the iPad to be able to answer questions and see what people say. Let me switch my keyboard over. I'm using the Osmos, and we'll just keep it on MPE for right now. So I got a lot of people, interestingly, that I figured out are just straight up haters. And I mean, no matter what you do, I think their purpose in life is to do something negative or put some negative remarks. And I ain't got no energy for that. You know what I'm saying? So if you got something negative, like with regards to it's not constructive in the sense of helping improve things, yeah, I'm not really here for that. So I'm just gonna ignore not necessarily comments about stuff, but particularly people who always come in just to thumbs down your video. That's kind of lame. So anyway, or if you got something that you want to say constructive, then I'm all ears. I want to hear it because then I can use that to grow. But nobody grows when you just put a thumbs down on a video. It doesn't really make any sense. Anywho, let's work on some sound ideas for this pack. Now, I wanted to do different parts and not have every portion of this pack to be sounding the same or playing the same type of melodies, etc. And I don't want to just do chords because that can get kind of old too. So I got to come up with something creatively different that I would use in a song. So we're just gonna figure this out. Like, what instrument am I gonna use today? Um, yeah. So that's where we're at right now, is just trying to figure that out. I'm trying to think, what do I want to start with? I have no plan in mind, but I'm thinking I want to do something with myth. So this is gonna definitely sound different. If you guys haven't used myth, yeah, I think it's one of, as far as FM synthesis, I think it's one of the best. The fact that you can drop samples in this thing. So let's just mess with it a little bit and we'll doctor up and see what we come up with on these samples. But anyway, we'll start. I'll go into other samples here. Actually, you know what? Let's do something interesting. Let's go to, I have these new natural sounds, which are kind of fun. This one's traffic. Just depends on what you're messing with. Let's see if we can pull something like this in. So this is like you can see everything it is on the screen. It's basically ambient noise that was recorded, pretty high quality in a suburb area. And I'm not gonna sit here and use all of this. This would be insane. But what we will do is creatively go into Myth. I'm gonna click on the browser and try to look through some of these sample library bases here and see if we can find something we can start with. Nope. So one way I can do it is hit the selector. There's 452 sounds within these three packs. What's up, Crazy Wabbit? Good to see you. kind of like this sample and or this now if you've never used Myth, you can drop two samples in, one on the left, one on the right, and then of course you can tweak it with different type of pressure slides and then on the Osmos it's like having a push 3 on keys, so I can pitch bend. But what's cool about this is kind of like in Omnisphere, when you mutate, you pretty much have mutation down here. So you can mutate the whole thing, or you can use these dice and slightly mutate parts of it. So let's do a full mutation, or slightly. And one of the cool things about the Osmos is you can use each key is its own thing. So I could hold one key down and the other key can be totally independent from it. So it's not tied to it. And that's what makes it so cool, because you can create these whatever you want sound. So I might do some, because that's what I'm into, is ambient and cinematic. So I'll have some jazz stuff in this pack. I'll have ambient cinematic stuff, and then I'll have what I would term as like your stereotypical like R&B, pop, soul, whatever you want to call it, sample. So so that way it's a variety and it's not just one thing, and I won't get bored making it. Turning in somewhere over the Pacific Ocean headed home. Oh, nice. Thanks for the live to help with the flight time. Hey, that's nice. That's cool. Pacific Ocean. So I'm in the Bay in Cali. So I know the Pacific Ocean for sure. Nice sounds. By the title, you're going to make your own. Yes, I'm making one for that's going to be free for everyone. So I'm gonna do probably like 10 different sessions where I make 3 or 4 different samples each session, and then I'm gonna put it all into a pack and give it away to everybody that subs the channel. Anyone can get it on the channel. All right, so I'm gonna start making something, and I'm gonna use this in the background here to. I'm gonna just hit record. I don't even need to hit record. I'm just gonna hit play. Turn these drums off. Okay, cool. I gotta remember I changed my I have this APX on, and it's cool when you finish the track to run it, but it's a bit much while you're making the track, it can sometimes what's the word? Give you that crackle and pop because it uses a lot of CPU. So I can I'm gonna do two separate things here, and then we're gonna blend them afterwards. I think I like that better. So let me try that again. It's gonna be more like a drone. See how I blend that in smoothly like that? That's the Osmos where you can slightly touch across the key. All right, boom. Oh, let me ask. Sounds like Osmos is fitting nicely. Yeah, man, the Osmos was me. I mean, when I first saw it came out some years ago, I wasn't into cinematic ambient music. I wasn't really listening to that. I mean, if somebody else made it, I liked it, but I wasn't really making it myself. So now that I'm really into it, this is the best keyboard for me personally. And even not being into it, it still was the best keyboard because the MPE allows me to play horns and guitars and other instruments like that, even bass. And you can get those bending of the strings. So it's pretty cool. And violins and any string instrument, really. So that's pretty good. I'm not going to change, other than I'm going to bring that tail in there. I'm not going to change much on this. And I'm making samples, so let's see here. So that's pretty good. And we're going to leave this in. So I can't sell or, give out this stuff, these sounds here. By the way, this is from free to use sounds. So I can use these in my music. I just can't sell you the sample or give you the sample. You know what I'm saying? So this, what I'm going to do to make this work for me and for you is I am going to blend this sound in with the sample itself. So if I mute it, it sounds like this. It's fine. It's just textural, right? But then interesting, what to me what makes it a little more interesting is when I use this sample here. There's stuff going on in the background, and I'm gonna do some stuff to it to tweak it. Nice. Okay. And then I'm gonna do some stuff to it. I'm gonna use Soundtoys on it. And then that's gonna I'm gonna start messing around with it a little more just to give it its own character. Cinematic drums, cascading amp, morph and move, lonely drifting. That's interesting. So these are Tom Wolf presets for Soundtoys. So what I'm gonna do, take this latency off. I'm gonna go to the Myth and I'm gonna turn it up. It's on B to see what it does to the sample, right? And this is just to make the sample have more to it. What's up, hero? And then I'm using this as the textural part. can add some more to it. Some metal. Oh, that'll be interesting. So I'm going to use some metal movement going on in there. Let's see if we can find a couple of these samples that'll work with it, and we're going to blend them. That's a bit much. We'll take this. All right. And then we're gonna actually do some stuff to this to make it work. So let's see. So this one, we're just gonna lower it so it's present but not. Same thing here. I'm gonna lower this and lower this one just a little bit. I use my eyes to kind of guide myself on this because I could spend hours in here trying to manipulate this. All right, so we're gonna blend these two together. We're gonna join them. The goal here is to create something that you can sample and then chop it up. Again, I cannot sell or give these away 100%, but I can give them if I use them in songs or music. So that's why I'm blending them. We'll put that back in center. And then I like to use this to see how it looks. And if you look here, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. If you look here, you can see the MPE right here. So you can see the MPE, how it's moving. See over here, you can see it too. So I'm gonna do something interesting with this sample in just a second here. What's up, Dispunk? Good to see you. All right, so I can put obviously some different things on here to make this even more interesting, like Valhalla, different plugins. I was thinking about using, where's the effects? And originally I was gonna give this like do the whole dry sample, and I think I will on some things, but not on this, just because I can't give it to you on this dry effect here. But what we can do is I can put something over it to give it some rhythmic sound. I'm thinking like cinematic drums and a lot of this is just trial and error, right? Just trying stuff to see what it comes out to be. I'm gonna lower the volume here on this. Again, the purpose of this is not to make music for me, just to make samples. The idea is that you can take, when I do drones and things of that nature, though, I need to make them probably at least 16 bars, if not more, just to give you enough space to play with. So that's the plan. Then you can take it and flip it from there. I don't feel like this is like doing much. Let me hear it without the drone. All right, let me see if I can do something else to make this a little more interesting. All right, let's try something different on those. All right, so that's the plan. We're just trying out stuff to see where we go. Syncing with the airplane's engine. Put some Louisiana hot sauce over the top of it. Amen. Definitely love me some Louisiana hot sauce. That is for sure. Let's put Supermassive over it. We're gonna try a couple plugins to see if I can come up with some. They just dropped a new preset. I did a video on this not too long ago. Serious drum ambience. So we're just adding something to the character here to see what we can come up with. All right, let's build some more parts. We kind of got a drone. I'm gonna put some more something interesting to go with it. Let's see. Let's just do an intimate piano. We'll drop it up here. It'll come off of MPE. Now what's cool is when you're in the MPE, and I can't show you this without pulling out another camera, which I don't have. You can switch between classic keyboard and MPE or poly aftertouch and multi-channel. There's so many ways to switch, or at least 4 ways to switch right at the current moment. Let's see here. All right, let's play it and I fill it out. All right, so I think I have an idea what I want to play, so I'm going to try it out. No, that's not it. Let me do it again. So this is the fun part, is just coming up with something that layers with it and then put as many parts together, and then I can separate them and then package them up as like a one thing, and then you can get in and tweak that as much as you want. let's do this. All right, I messed up on a couple notes in there, I heard, so I gotta fix them, because F is definitely not a note. That should have been. Wait, hold on. Dun, dun, dun. See. That's what it should have been, was F. So we're gonna pull. Let me fix these. I usually would just play this again, but for the sake of this thing is in my way, I'm going to pull these down and put them in the actual one I wanted them to be in that I did not play. I think that's where it should be. Let's see how that sounds. That don't sound right. Put it back. This note here feels like it shouldn't be here. Let's get rid of it. Something's not right. Okay, I went back to A or C. Okay, then I went to no. Oops. That's just the wrong one. So let's see if we can fix this. One down. And this one down one. Okay. These should be all right. That should be it. But I think I came wrong on this, so let's just figure it out. One. Oops. Oh, because I see what I did. It's because I played this next note in C versus going to the E, which is what I should have did here. And then this one should be here. That's what I did wrong. I'm not worried about the melody up here because I can always fix that later. All right, so let's see. I think that's right. Oops. I'm gonna just do all this part over, just cause why not? Oh, let me fix it if you. So there we are. Okay, cool. And then the last part, I'm gonna. Okay, yeah. All right, let's do it. Nope. Redo that. Nope. Mess up. All right, let's get it right. All right, cool. We'll put that together. And then I can redo this if I want and make another version. Now, what I don't like to do too much is not, I want to play the next version out again differently so that it has a little variation to it. Nice to see you with my first coffee today. Hey, appreciate you, Disfunk. Let's go. I appreciate that. Do I have Spacewalk? Yes, I do have Spacewalk. It's dropping for iPad. I like it. If you don't play music and you need some quick chords for ambient and cinematic stuff, it does a really good job. The only reason I'm playing this is because, well, I just like to play. There's no real reason, rhyme or reason. But sometimes it's fun to just play and try to feel the emotion. But if I'm just doing something quick where I don't want to do that, then I would use Spacewalk to just come up with some chords. If chords are not going to be the focus of the song, and you just putting some long drawn out chords in there is perfect for that. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to play the next part so that we have at least 16 bars for this. And then I will maybe do one more part to it, and then that will be another portion of the pack. So I'm gonna do multiple packs, of course. 10, I think I'm gonna do like within one pack, it'll be like 10 different sessions, and each session will have parts that you can use in your tracks if you want to borrow or use or chop or whatever. I don't, it's gonna be free, so I mean, you know, just trying it out, something different. It's easier for me to just make music on my own, but it's kind of fun to do something different and give something away too at the same time. And I'm not going to do every session where I'm recording it like live stream. I'm just going to do a few of those. So that way there's some surprise for you too. Okay, let's try to add parts. Let me think about what I want to play. I want to switch it up so that you have two different riff things going on so it's not the same. Okay, let's try something here. All right. I'm gonna person that prefers, if possible, to do it in one take. I'm also a person who prefers to make it sound as natural as possible. So I'm just gonna play it, and then they're so easy for you to make structured stuff on technology that we have today. I could easily throw Harmony Bloom on this and just have it play a repeated, arpeggiated type melody. But you can do that yourself, and I kind of see no purpose in making something like that when I know you could just jump on and do it. It's pretty simple. All right. Although I will do a video about that if you want to know how to do it and how I use it. So one thing you can do, just in case you're wondering, I'm gonna turn this click off now. This is kind of this metal sounds, this movement, this impulse, dark kind of metal clicking with all this ambient is kind of cool for like ambient textural drums. It's not really drums necessarily, but it's just sounds that are happening. And then I'm putting echoes and different things through 'em, which is cool because you can make it sound not so repetitive, but yet it's still the same thing over and over and over. So it's kind of a cool little trick to it. I see people do this all the time with ambient. They'll have like this little one percussive riff, and it's really nothing to it, but it's the way you layer it and put stuff over it that makes it really cool. Anyway, so this piece of it um could be an intro as well as an outro. In other words, you could probably chop it somewhere, maybe like in the middle, and use 4 bars for the intro and 4 for the outro, and let this be your verse chorus. So, or you could chop these up and move them around, or however you want to do. So that's 2 parts for this, which is what I was hoping to do. And then that gives you a little play there. And then we have the droney part here. We have this, which I'm probably going to put something on this because I can then give it to you as an actual part, if that makes sense, that you can use in a song. So in order to do that, I'm going to put some type of a holler or something over it. Let's use, no, not that. I could put glitch machines over it. So Fracture XT, if you guys haven't heard of this, I've done videos on it. It's a really cool effect that has buffer, delay, and grains. And if you look at the dice, you can just click the dice, but you can also randomize everything here. So watch when I put it on to this. This is just some ambient. All right, so hold on. Let me take it off first and let you hear the ambient by itself. So check this out. We're gonna solo this, and you're just gonna listen to this. Hopefully you can hear it. You hear birds. You'll hear like some pigeons maybe at some point in it. Right now it's kind of mellow, so. But then if I start putting this on, it's gonna start tweaking it a little bit. It kind of fractures it and makes it do some weird stuff. Can you hear that? It's really subtle. But just doing something like that can totally make this stand out different. Now, I was keeping it kind of low in the track. I'm gonna bring it up. Let me see how it sounds like that. So it's honestly just some ambient noise going on really. It's not much there. But what's cool about it is it if I just turn it off, it just let's see what it sounds like without it. And it sounds good. You don't have to use you could use probably some type of reverb to make that same sound go if you wanted to. Um I kind of like it in there a little bit. I'm gonna turn it up to about -3, and then I have it really low over here so that it doesn't play too loud. Another way to get around this, if you don't like, I'm just gonna remove it. Another way you could do this is probably use like RC20. Let's see. I know I have it somewhere up in here. RC20, where are you at? Glitch machines. RC20. So you could put some type of vinyl or whatever, crackle or something on there if you want. Let's go. I love these MF, which is Manta something, Manta Foundry. Uh, Downed vinyl. And then you can adjust the magnitude. Let's see what that. So you could throw something like some RC20 on if you just want the hiss and the noise in there. I'm not gonna put that in there because it's not really what that sample was. I'm gonna go back and bring it. Give me a second while I bring this thing back. Well, try to bring it back. Undo change. All right, let's just go back. So we're gonna go back to my natural ambient samples over here. This is the one right here I grabbed, I think. No, that's the metal. I'm gonna go get some ambient from one of these folders. There's insects, amusement, celebration. I mean, this thing is crazy. For $25, this is the best. Let me tell you. Because you have literally 2 terabytes worth of sounds to use at your disposal. I mean, disposal. Is that the right word? Anyway, there's a room tone. Now you could use reverb for this too, for like to get the room stuff. So you need to figure out which one you want. But I have like 85 different ones. Suburb. See. Traffic, transportation. Let's just use some transportation. Why not? This is loud, so I'm gonna have to go in and turn it down. So there we go. So we'll use some transportation, and to make it so we don't have any issues, we can use I'll put the Valhalla future verb on it. That'll be good enough. Should be good enough. And then we'll do maybe some ambient. I'm looking for something that's just natural. No, this is too busy. Let's do a different one. I don't want it to be the thing that takes over. So we're gonna use which one did I want to use? Not plate. We'll go to vintage verb and then we'll use thought I have yeah, there we go. So Minta, this is the guy, Minta Foundry, the ones I was showing you with FM, has really good his presets for these effects are really nice. They almost it's weirdly they sound natural almost to some degree. Sometimes you can get one that's like really crazy. Quiet room, Darko's room. Let's try this. So we'll try it, and then if it's too loud, I'll just lower the mix so it's not a big. There we go. Okay, and on these pianos, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add in some more Valhalla. So we'll go Valhalla room, and then we'll find. I use this one on the horns a lot. Like if I'm doing, I have my own little. See right here, this little woodwind one. I use that. But Minta Foundry has some cool stuff in there too. So we're gonna use one of these on the piano. Um, Dark chorus, dark booth, dark shimmer, double identity. Double identity, that's interesting. Let's see what that sounds like on this piano. Nope. Oops. Let's see what this one sounds like. Here, I'm gonna loop out this. There you go. All right, cool. So this is a little bit better. Now we got it down to where I think it sounds pretty good. Let me check this. Turn the volumes down just a little bit. So yeah. So you can put different types of drums. You can put hip hop drums. You saw that was more like a, I think that was considered technically more like a cinematic vibe of drums, sort of, kind of. But it's up to you. Let's see, let's change something in here. All right, let's see where we're at. Let me hear what these sound like by itself. Ooh, that's interesting. Now let's add in this other part to see. Hold on. Command. This one's too loud. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do one more part to this, and I think that will be where we call it. But I just wanted to work on this. Sometimes it's fun to do it um, on live just to see, let people see kind of what you're doing, and they can pick little ideas and things that they appreciate about it and use it in their music or their um, vibe or whatever. Let's see. I guess we could use some type of bass. So let me think about what bass would go well with this. Let me switch back over to MPE. That's my typical go-to bass, but let's do something different. Type. I'm gonna go with an upright bass. Grab this bass here. Nope. I think the drone is so bassy that it kind of doesn't really need that, so I'm not gonna even put that in. But I guess it's probably better to use a synth bass with this maybe, because Definitely not that upright. That upright don't sound right. Um, let me try. I'll try one more bass, but I think this is gonna be one of those things where you need to just add your own bass in. Little jazz bass. Let's see. Nope. You can't even hear it in the mix because I think the drone is too powering for it. So we'll leave it there. All right, let's do one more sound to go here, and then we'll call this part a done deal. This is, let me go ahead and save this while we're here. Collect and save. So this, very much like the other one, is called Session. I gotta find it because I don't want to start naming it something different and then get confused later. Session. Where's my session? Saturation. There we go. So session sample samples. We're gonna do 75 session samples number 2. Okay, got it. Session samples number 2, 75 BPM. And then I'm not gonna put the key because although I know it's in the key of C, but whatever. I'm not gonna put the key. As time goes, I'll do more with this stuff and get stuff better. I'm just doing this first one just to get the feel for making it. It's a lot of work. Um, I do have some other song pieces that I haven't used, and I think I might go back to them and include them in, since if I'm not doing something with it, then, well, why not let somebody else use it? For instance, this one here, where I was making kind of a hip hop song. I'm gonna show it to you guys, since this one's saved and done. I'm gonna open this other project up and I'll show it to you. And then I may just include these in. See, here we go. Let me show you. And then you can take whichever parts you want. Like if you want the bass and you're like, oh, I like that. Or if you like the drums or whatever, I'll include, you know, all these parts. Because even if you took the drums off and you wanted to do your own thing, or the violin, we'll see. I'll think about it, but I think this something like this that I'm not really using for anything might be a cool thing to include, and then we'll see where people can take it or what they want to do with it. See, don't save. I'll go to another one and give you guys some ideas. I mean, I can do more stuff, obviously, that's different, and I will, but I'm just throwing these out as options, maybe to include in the pack. Yeah, I think this would be good. I'll include a couple of these little one-offs. I'm gonna call them one-offs since I didn't really complete them, and then those will be um just stuff you can pick through, and then I'll still make my other portions to it and then have all those included in the pack. So that'll be pretty cool, I think. Um I think so. at least. All right, so let me say goodbye to you guys for sure. Appreciate everyone that stopped by, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.